Let's be honest for a second. You can do everything right. You can be respectful, you can be supportive, you can be available, you can listen, you can text back fast, you can show consistency, you can treat her well. And yet, you watch her lose interest. You watch her get distant. You watch her respond differently to another guy who doesn't seem to be doing half as much as you. And you start asking yourself, what is he doing that I'm not? Because the uncomfortable truth is this: what people say they want and what they emotionally respond to are not always the same thing. This video is not about manipulation. It's not about tricks, and it's not about turning yourself into someone fake. It's about understanding the psychological drivers behind attraction, the parts people rarely say out loud, even to themselves. There are emotional dynamics that activate desire, and most men were never taught them. First, let's clear something important. Secret fantasies does not mean explicit fantasies. It means emotional and psychological experiences that create attraction, excitement, and attachment. Most attraction is not built on logic. It's built on emotional states. People don't fall for someone because that person is nice. They fall for how they feel in that person's presence, and this is where many men get stuck. They focus on behavior, being helpful, being available, being kind, but ignore emotional stimulation. Kindness creates safety, but safety alone does not create desire. Desire is linked to tension, unpredictability, emotional contrast, and perceived value. One of the strongest unspoken fantasies is emotional contrast. When everything is predictable, the nervous system relaxes. Relaxation is good for long-term stability, but it does not create emotional charge. Attraction grows in contrast, between closeness and distance, between certainty and uncertainty, between attention and restraint. This doesn't mean playing games. It means not being emotionally flat. People are drawn to emotional dynamics that make them feel something: excitement, curiosity, anticipation. When someone feels emotionally stimulated around you, the connection feels alive. When everything is always available, always predictable, always accommodating, the emotional charge fades. Another unspoken fantasy is being desired by someone who has standards. People want to feel chosen, not simply accepted. If you treat everyone the same, your attention feels cheap. If you have boundaries, values, and selectivity, your attention feels valuable. This is not about being cold. It's about not giving unlimited emotional access to anyone who shows up. When your time, attention, and emotional availability have value, attraction increases. When they are unlimited, they become invisible. There is also the fantasy of emotional leadership. Many people are drawn to those who can regulate emotions, stay grounded, and create emotional direction in interactions. Emotional leadership does not mean dominance, it means presence. Someone who does not panic when things get uncertain. Someone who does not become reactive to small emotional shifts. Someone who can stay calm when emotions rise. This creates a sense of psychological safety that is very different from being nice. Calm confidence is attractive because it signals internal stability. Internal stability feels safe, but also powerful. Another unspoken desire is being seen without being chased. There is a difference between interest and pressure. Interest feels good. Pressure feels suffocating. When someone feels that your emotional state depends on their response, attraction decreases. When someone feels that you are emotionally stable whether they respond or not, attraction increases. This doesn't mean being distant. It means not being emotionally dependent. Emotional independence is one of the strongest silent attraction drivers. People are drawn to those who choose them, not need them. There is also the fantasy of emotional depth without emotional heaviness. Many men overshare too early. They unload insecurities, frustrations, and emotional needs onto someone they barely know. This creates emotional weight before emotional connection exists. Attraction grows when emotional depth is revealed gradually, not dumped suddenly. People want connection, not emotional responsibility for someone they haven't bonded with yet. Emotional depth is attractive when it feels intentional, not desperate. Another psychological driver is mystery through self-containment. Mystery is not about hiding information, it's about not over-explaining yourself. When you don't narrate your entire emotional state, people fill in the gaps with curiosity. When everything is explained, there is nothing left to explore. Curiosity sustains interest. This doesn't mean being vague or manipulative. It means not needing to justify every action or emotion. A very uncomfortable truth is that emotional polarity creates attraction. Polarity means difference in emotional energy. Not similarity, not mirroring. Difference. When two people bring distinct emotional energies into an interaction, the dynamic becomes engaging. If both people are emotionally flat, the interaction feels neutral. If both people are anxious, the interaction feels tense. If one person is grounded and emotionally stable, the dynamic feels attractive. Grounded energy creates emotional polarity. Let's talk about why this feels unfair. You were probably taught that being good, respectful, and available is enough. And those traits matter for healthy relationships. But attraction is not built on morality. It's built on emotional response. You can be a good person and still be emotionally invisible. Attraction doesn't reward effort, it responds to emotional experience. That's not fair, but it is psychologically real. So what actually changes how someone feels around you? Not techniques, not lines, not tactics. It's how you show up emotionally. Do you react to every shift in tone? Do you overinvest early? Do you seek reassurance constantly? Do you adjust yourself to avoid losing someone's interest? These behaviors communicate emotional dependency, even if you don't intend them to. Emotional dependency lowers perceived value. Emotional self-sufficiency raises it. This is why sometimes someone becomes more interested when you stop over-explaining, stop chasing clarity too early, and stop emotionally leaning on them. Not because distance creates attraction, but because emotional independence does. When someone feels that your life is stable, meaningful, and emotionally grounded without them, they experience you as a choice, not a need. And being chosen feels powerful. Let's be clear, this is not about treating people badly. It's not about manipulation. It's not about emotional games. It's about becoming emotionally solid. Emotionally solid people are less reactive, less anxious, less dependent on validation, more centered in their own identity. And this emotional stability is attractive across genders, contexts, and relationships. If you want to become more attractive emotionally, focus on this. Build a life that feels emotionally full without someone else filling it for you. Develop emotional regulation so your mood doesn't rise and fall with someone's attention. Communicate interest without pressure. Hold boundaries around your time and energy. Let connection grow instead of trying to force it. Attraction grows where there is emotional space. It dies where there is emotional pressure. The truth is not that she wants bad guys. The truth is that emotional stability, polarity, and self-respect create desire. And most people never say this out loud because it's uncomfortable. But once you understand it, you stop personalizing rejection. You stop chasing emotional validation. And you start building attraction naturally, without pretending to be someone you're not.